Hello, all my Be in Demand listeners. Today I got some good news and unfortunately I got some bad news. We are entering into a new phase of this unique economy, and companies are slashing their marketing budgets. And that's typically the domino that is also going to impact conferences, expos, and travel. And I call it a conference recession. And we are headed into another one. And there's good news in this because this is a phenomenal opportunity for you. So here's exactly what I am telling my private clients to start doing now to make it to the other side. Hey, if this is your first time here, I am your host, Laurie-Ann, and this is Be in Demand. This is the podcast all about how to leverage public speaking events to use as your best form of marketing because speaking positions you as the expert, attracts high-end clients, and also allows you to monetize your message. I'm so glad that you're here. So the reason why I wanted to share this is because I have made it through two conference recessions myself. 2008 when there was a financial crisis, and then also in 2020. And most of us here who are listening to this already know what happened in 2020. Overnight, the world changed. But who was able to survive? The people who survived are the people who weren't just speakers. I have a lot of professional speaker friends. And that's how they were making their living was through speaking. Speaking wasn't my only form of income. As a matter of fact, I was an executive leadership coach. And yes, I got paid to speak, but also on the other side of these speaking events, I was also coaching a lot of these high-end VPs, CEOs of companies in various industries around the globe. And I share that with you because putting all your eggs in one basket can be a little dangerous for you, especially if you're a solopreneur. So that's how I survived. And I wanted to help you out with this because I work with high achievers today who don't expect the road to be smooth and they are planning for interruptions. And I would consider this conference recession to be an interruption. This new economy, especially with AI, people have really good intuition. So they're picking out these AI social media posts. And oh my God, it makes me cringe that I was speaking to somebody who said, yeah, you just like read a little blurb about something and we can create content and your podcasts with AI. And it just makes me cringe because I really do feel that people can trust their intuition and they're going to know what's real and what's not real. So let me just share with you what I'm telling my private clients to start doing now. One is to pivot to associations. Associations are a business, and their job is to keep their members happy, educated, prepared, and to give them advice on what to do next and what to expect, new trends that are coming up in the industry. And it's so that they stay in business, both their members, but also the associations. Now, there are 250,000 different associations just here in the United States, and that's a lot. There is literally an association for everything. And maybe you've heard me talk about my client who's in the real estate industry. And one day I pulled out the book. I have this book on associations and trade groups that's no longer in print. I opened it up to real estate and I counted the number of associations under the real estate umbrella, 134. That's 134 different associations that he can be targeting in each state. And some states might have more than others. Now, just to let you know, that was just real estate. There was also real estate investing and real estate management. And I didn't even bother counting those because I was like, wow, 134. So I just want that to sink in for you. You could be finding your perfect people in an industry or even just a few associations and really target them and really help them. And there's 50 states, and some states have more than one chapter than others. So find your people. Now, this book of associations and trade groups that I have, it's no longer in print because it is literally a 4-inch thick book on all the information about the associations. And I usually tell my clients, if you can find a copy, it doesn't matter how old it is, buy it. Mine is an older copy, but the information that's in there is still key, like their URL. But some of that information you can find on their website, but it's a great starting off point. If you would like to find your people and tap into this book that I have, reach out to me or book a speaker spotlight session where in 1 hour we can find the right associations for you to be targeting and pitching your services to both directly and indirectly. Number 2, build your own stage. Start a show. And it doesn't have to be a podcast, or it can be a podcast, but a live stream show even. Something that people can be watching either live or the replays later on. But a show happens at the same time every single week. This podcast comes out on Mondays and Thursdays. And I'm building trust with my audience. I'm building trust with you. You know that this episode, my solo episodes, come out on Monday. And on Thursday, you get to be a fly on the wall and actually listen to live coaching with somebody who is not my client, but I coach them as if they are one of my high-end paying clients. And you get to witness that and learn from that because what is most personal is also most universal. But I've built my own stage and I want to encourage you to do the same. Find a stage, find a platform. You can have a live stream show over on LinkedIn, over on Instagram. You can be downloading these videos and then also putting them as a playlist over on YouTube. There's lots of things that you can do about repurposing them, but we're not going to really talk about repurposing. What I want you to focus on is a show. So find a platform and I want you to commit to it for 6 months. And it's got to be weekly. It can't be monthly. I want you to do it for 6 months. Remember, you are being of service to other people who are ideal clients for you. People who can actually put you in a position of speaking in front of audiences. And you're also doing this for the people who can refer you. So really think about starting a show. And I know when I say commit to it for 6 months and doing it weekly, that might sound a little overwhelming. But all I want you to do is to sit down and come up with 15 different topics. That's it. Just come up with 15 for right now. 15 things that you can be talking about on each of these shows. You'll come up with the other 10 later on because you can base it on like, what are the questions that people start asking you? But if you show up, your audience is going to show up too. Number 3, I want you to focus on the tangible outcomes. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at and edit accordingly your speech titles. Make them scream how you help people right now in this new economy and the results that people can get. Simplify those titles, those bullets, that program information. Be of service. So basically, we're giving all your speech titles a little bit of an economy facelift, if you will. Number 4, reposition yourself as an expert, not just a speaker. People hire experts. And clients hire experts. I want you to be an expert who speaks on a particular topic. So, in other words, I'm an expert on writing and delivering and leveraging speaking opportunities to get positioned as the expert and showcase your authority as your best form of marketing. That's why people come to me. That's why people hire me to come and speak to their audience, their clients, their community, because they know that their people need to learn about speaking, are interested in learning about speaking to use as their best form of marketing. So if you're a health coach, I don't want you to think like, oh, well, I also do some speaking. I want you to be the expert who happens to speak on health topics. If you're an online business coach, you're not just a coach who people can hire for speaking. I want you to be that expert on online businesses who can help other people. Step into your expertise. Number 5, I want you to reconnect with your past speaking events. Every single person who has ever booked you, who has ever hired you, I want you to ask them, how can you be of service to them? You know, my open the door to having that conversation. You already know these people. You've already spoken for them, so they already know, like, and trust you. Reconnect with them and let them know, hey, I know that things are tough right now. Things are changing. Your members might be different. Your clients may be different. Your employees might be different. And they all might be stressed and concerned about what's happening right now. How can I be of service to you? Just open the door to having that conversation. Open that door to letting them know that they can depend on you. They can rely on you. Ask them, would you like me to do a free training within your group? Would you like me to write an email, a blog for your organization, an article for your next newsletter? How can you be of service for them? And my last one is consider other formats to share your information. If you don't normally do video, how about you start doing video? If you don't have a podcast, maybe you want to start one. Maybe you want to guest on more. Maybe you want to write a book. Just think about all the other different formats that you could be sharing your information that will help other people. If you haven't written a book, I got to say that writing a book when I was speaking in leadership is one of the best things that I ever did, especially if you are in the same position that I was when I first started my first book. I didn't feel like I knew what my voice was. Trust me, when you write a book, you will find your voice. You will find what you believe in. And if you want to learn more about writing a book, send me a DM. This is something that I am considering doing. If enough people are interested, I will take you along on a journey of the next book that I am writing. I'm going to share with you all the different steps along the way and what you need to be doing so that you get your book done sooner than later. My first book was written and done, like I physically had a copy in my hand in under 6 months. And it all came from an idea that I had. And then finally one day I was like, I have got to write this book. Wrote the book, and I cannot tell you how many audiences that book put me in front of, which led to my second book. And then I've written a number of workbooks on different topics such as leadership, healthcare leadership, and also emotional intelligence. So just send me a DM over on Instagram or over on LinkedIn and just let me know that you are interested in writing a book and you would love to hear me talk about it more here on the podcast. Because writing a book is also a fabulous way for not only for you to share your expertise and your information, but when a meeting planner is considering hiring you amongst other people, they're going to be looking at the books. Who's written a book? Who hasn't written a book? Writing a book really does put you a step above other people. Again, consider other formats to share your information, your brilliance with others, because not everybody watches videos over on YouTube, and not everybody's listening to podcasts, and not everybody is reading books. There's so many different people that are out there and they consume information in different ways. So to be able to put your information in different formats that gets you in front of the right people. So this conference recession may be happening. And I want you to be prepared. So being able to take these steps, like really pivot to associations, building your own stage, having tangible outcomes, giving all of your speech titles and the information about them a little bit of a facelift. Let's just edit them so that it speaks to the economy that we are in right now, and reposition yourself as the expert, reconnecting with everybody who has ever booked you to speak, and then considering other formats to share your information in. These are the things that if you start doing them now, you are going to see the sunshine. You will come out on the other side in a better position than you are currently. Making it a habit to get visible and feeling more comfortable, and just making this a repetition, something that you do again and again and again, helping more and more people. So thank you so much for listening. As always, I so appreciate you spending some time with me. And I don't take it lightly, because there are thousands and thousands of podcasts that you could be listening to. And you are listening to Be in Demand, where I get to help you really leverage speaking opportunities to showcase your business and get in front of the right people who can hire you after you step off the stage. And hold on one second, because I have a special surprise for you. Hey, you've been listening and nodding along thinking, I'll start speaking when I feel more ready. But here's the truth. Clarity and confidence, they come from doing. That's why I created In Demand, my monthly membership for people just like you who are ready to grow their business with speaking. Even if you're not sure what to do, where to find opportunities, or what to say once you get that opportunity, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And we'll make sure that you don't do it alone. Doors are open now, and our next live call is coming up. So if this has been tugging at you, consider this your sign. You can join us at speakandstandout.com/IND for In Demand, and that link is down below. Your audience is waiting. And I promise the moment that you step up, the right people will start paying attention to you.